Good morning, everyone. I am Rashaun Farrel Achmadi, and I'm from SMA Negeri 1 Makassar, and I'll be the first speaker for the affirmative team today. Today's motion will be, this House would only grant scholarships based on financial necessities. First of all, who are the actors most relevant in this motion, and why is it important that we should only grant scholarship based on financial necessities? Well, one, the most relevant actor here are the poor kids or families that are smart enough to make a difference or go to college, but unfortunately does not meet the financial factor needed due to the expensive price college has. So why should they be the only one to be granted scholarships? The status quo is that scholarships aren't always based on financial necessities. There are a few colleges that are based on financial necessities and are only given to the poor. But there are way more that are universally available to everyone, both the poor and the rich. And sometimes kids who are financially able to receive it, financially able to go to college, receive said scholarship, which makes those who cannot afford college miss out on higher education, and we should change that. Why should they be the only one to receive scholarships? Well, first of all, one, the rich and smart do not need it. Scholarships are given to fund a smart or talented child to go to college or university. Giving a scholarship to someone who is already financially able to do it might mean taking away the opportunity away from someone who isn't financially able to. Taken away from someone who isn't financially able to, but are just as smart or talented, or even more smarter or more talented, because poor people who are motivated to get out of the loop to make a difference are usually driven to more determination to achieve better. So they are most likely to be more smarter or talented, which would be a great loss, because instead of receiving two kids who are both smart, instead you only receive one. Why do you only receive one? Because the poor kid missed out on his chance to go on higher education. Meanwhile, the rich kid receives the scholarship and goes to college, when in place he could actually afford college. Actually, I'll explain what a scholarship is. A scholarship is funds given towards someone so that they could go to university. It's also like, in Indonesian it's called jalur undangan, where people can just straight away go to college without thinking about the funds needed. So, two, why is it urgent? Why is it urgent that we give scholarships only to the poor? Well, because, as I've said in my first argument, it is wasted talent. It might also harm the child's future. College and higher education is a great way to get out of poverty, or at least their financial situation. So they could get out of their financial situation to the point where they could lead a better life than they did before. By getting the scholarship and going to college, the child could have a bigger chance to receive a better paying job, a more stable income, and reducing the chance of his kids going through the same thing as he did while he was younger, such as poverty. And then number three, leaving off from my second argument, it breaks the loop. It breaks the loop of poverty, because where family in poverty stay in poverty because they can't usually afford a higher education to get a better job, and so on and so forth. So by limiting, or at least basing the filter for scholarships on financial necessity, we can focus on giving those poor but talented and smart kids, a chance to pursue a living. The urgency for rich kids to receive a scholarship is slim to none. If they are smart and rich, they wouldn't have any difficulties in getting into any campus that they want, because they can both afford it and are smart enough to get in. Meanwhile, kids who are in poverty are smart enough to get in, but they don't have the funds to afford it. So that's why I think we should only grant scholarships based on financial necessity, or why we should only grant scholarships to those who are financially unable to afford college. And I think that will be all from my speech. Thank you very much.